I know you guys had a lot of bald jokes last season, and rightfully so. So, time to switch it up.
New season, new hair. I'm back.
Oh, we gotta start the season again.
There we go. I'm ready. I feel like I look okay. Haven't seen Benny in a while, but...
Oh, I gotta shoot the show.
Yes, sir. Ready.
There he is. Looks like the boys are back in town. Are we ready to go?
Think so. Season 7, ready to rock?
Let's do it.
Yep. You can count on me. Count on me. Count on me. Count it up.
That's a full size. That's a full size. She want every color. That's a full size.
Hello to every single member of the FS Army watching across the world. We are back. It's our season premiere. I'm your co-host, Brendan Dunne.
I'm Matt Welty.
Trinidad James.
And we have with us here today Kenny Gonzalez, the perfect pair. He is a sneaker collector, a part owner of a casino, and a man who's known to roll around in limousines looking for rare shoes. Kenny, welcome to the show.
Skirt. My guy.
So glad to have you here. I didn't realize you guys are friends for a while now. Is that right, Trinidad?
Yeah, we have history, man. I came out to Vegas to interview Kenny at DXC.
Ah. Kenny, we're going to talk about your history in sneakers. First thing we want to talk about, though, the sneakers everyone's wearing today. Welty, what do you have on feet?
Switching it up. First episode a little bit. Wearing a pair of Todd Snyder X New Balance 997s. Said I wanted to break these out all summer. White leather sneaker. We can finally go outside, so...
You're going outside?
Yeah, we can go outside in New Jersey. It's fine.
I wish you luck.
Nice. I came with the Nike Air Force One Colin Kaepernick edition. I've wanted to shoot for a minute. I'm only doing black-owned sock companies for this whole season. So if you got a black-owned sock company, send it my way. I like to purchase it. No Gucci's this season.
Beautiful. Kenny, what are you wearing today?
I have on a Paris SB Dunk.
Paris? Okay. Came with the artillery. Guys, as you could probably anticipate, I'm wearing Reeboks. These are the Bait Toy Story Reeboks mismatch pair. Happy to have them. Let's talk sneaker news. But before we talk sneaker news, I do want to mention this is a charity episode. We have a box you can click on here to support the Bail Project, which is fighting to end mass incarceration in the United States. We do want to do our part to support Black Lives Matter and everything that's going on with the protests right now. So please click that, donate, help support the cause. With that, let's talk sneaker news. Right now, every brand is trying to do their thing to show that they're standing in solidarity with black people. In the United States, there's been a lot of protests. This all comes off the killing of Ahmaud Arbery, Breonna Taylor, George Floyd. Brands are pledging a bunch of money. I think Jordan Brand is giving $100 million over the next 10 years. Adidas came in with $20 million. They said it wasn't enough. Now they're upping that number. Guys, are we happy with what brands are doing? Are they doing enough?
Brands definitely are trying to make an impact. I think that a lot of them realize that, that their sneaker culture as a whole doesn't exist without black culture. So obviously there's a lot of public pressure now, as we've seen with Adidas, which only gave, I believe, $20 million, and they upped it to $120 million. There's a lot of protest at Adidas with, unfair working conditions that a lot of people attribute to, Germany being massively out of touch with what's going on with the company in North America. It was really great to see Jordan Brand give $100 million over the next 10 years. We've had conversations with people like James Whitner saying that Michael Jordan really cares about the culture. I'm not one to qualify this saying what is enough, but it is good to see brands at least doing something.
I mean, it's definitely refreshing to see them step up and do a little something different. I don't think you see a lot of the other brands stepping up as hard as they have. So, I mean, at least they're doing something positive toward it. This is the best way to say it for me.
This is not a monetary thing. Money doesn't heal the pain. People have been throwing money at bullshit forever. I feel like every time we have done our episodes around the Black History Month shoe, it's always like, what is Nike doing? Why you can't just throw kente on everything? You can't throw money at everything, and you can't just throw kente on everything and be like Black Lives Matter. First of all, I don't even like saying Black Lives Matter because should be given that Black lives should matter. Like I don't want to go back and forth with any company or any higher up to explain to you why a black life should matter. It starts from the inside. As far as who's running the show in all the corporate seats and the creative directors is that if you want to continue to make money off of the black dollar, then we have to be able to do actual business together. And if you hire just if you walk into a room and there's 7 white people and just 1 black person, you're not getting the full story of the culture, because that black person has been fighting their whole entire time to try and make it into this white boardroom.
You said it's not enough to just throw money at that, and I think that's a really important thing to note. Even at Adidas, where they're protesting, I have so much respect for this black woman there, Julia Bond, who is leading the protests at Adidas, and she said they also want people of color hired. They want an apology. That's the big thing they want too, is an apology for all the microaggressions, all the things they've had to suffer at these companies for so many years. Outside of the sneaker world, we saw Ben & Jerry's come out with a strong statement. They went full ACAB, defund the NYPD with it, and I love it.
Shout out to everything that they did. This is a crazy year for them just in general. We're coming out with a great dunk like the Chunky Dunky. We've talked about this shoe a lot. Welty's even mentioned that this shoe might be the hottest shoe to come out this entire year.
I wouldn't say it's the hottest shoe to come out this year. Not a shoe for me, but I have not in a very long time seen a sneaker that became so pop cultural.
Kenny, do you have a pair? Or no, I shouldn't ask Kenny if he has a pair. I should ask how many pairs you have.
I only have 1 pair.
Don't lie to us.
Just 1. It's right here.
I have to say I have no pairs, but I have eaten a lot of Ben & Jerry's ice cream since these came out, so the marketing is very much working on me. Trinidad, you had a pair super early before we even went on break for the season.
Yes, sir. I've only wore one side of the pair because I wore a Tiffany SB last week.
They're still half dead stock.
You know how I do it. I want to also ask you, Kenny, now, kind of getting into it, the game that your amazing brother, rest his soul, gave to you. Is there any particular sneaker moment that you would say kind of really defines why you take collecting seriously?
In 1999, there was a guy, he owned the Field of Dreams down in Dallas, Texas, and it was at the Galleria Mall. And his name was Mike, and he was real good at finding real fine memorabilia for my brother and I. So he finally hit me up. He's like, yo, I got this pair of, basically cherry 13s, signed by the whole team, this, that, and the third. I go down, we make the trip from Oklahoma City down to Dallas. I pick up the sneakers, and they were 10 grand. They weren't cheap.
Right.
And it came with
10 grand.
Yes, sir. 10 grand.
Hey, this is in 1999?
In 99. And these were worn by Michael Jordan in either a practice or during a playoff game, but it was during that time. Everything came authenticated all the way to the DNA. So I pulled the trigger, and when I came home, Lewis, of course, he had to one-up me. And that's when he went and called Mike and said, okay, well, we got to figure out something better. And he got the last shots, so which I still have today. And a lot of people discredit that. They're like, oh, there's no way, and this, that, and the third. But to my knowledge, there's only 2 of those, and I have one of the 2 pairs.
You have the actual sneakers Jordan wore for the last shot?
Yes, sir, I do.
It's your brother who got you into sneaker collecting?
So in 92 is when I would say I got 2 pairs of sneakers. That was, if you want to call collecting in 92. But we were just wearing shoes and playing basketball.
What sneaker did you b-boy in back in the day?
Shell toes, Puma Cloud.
You were spinning on your head, Kenny?
I don't spin on my head, but I still
pop. Okay.
I had no idea. How much money do you think you spent on sneakers since I guess that 1999 moment when you got those Jordan 13s, Jordan 14s?
I don't even want to think about that. That's crazy.
Come on, we got it.
Man,
$1 million?
Easily. Yeah, easily, for sure.
He loves numbers, Kenny. Give him a number.
$2 million?
Nah, I wouldn't say 2, maybe 1.5.
And how are we getting these?
Some were from certain stores that I got in contact with. Back in the day, we had Foot Locker that we went to. We had Champs. Foot Action was real big back in the day. And my brother had a guy that worked inside there that was his friend from high school, and he just hooked us up.
Straight out the back door.
Not out the back door. We came in and paid for him. Come on,
I
man.
mean, but a little discount?
Nah, we didn't get no discount. We just got the sneakers. That's all we cared about, bro. That's
okay.
It, So yeah, I was.
There's honor in that.
Yeah.
So Kenny, obviously we see a lot of shoes behind you right now. You have a lot of very, very rare things in your collection. A lot of 101s, things that weren't meant for collectors, but you somehow have them. If you had to put a number on your collection right now, what would you say it's worth?
So over this whole little coronavirus thing that's been going on, we had a lot of downtime. So I actually went through here. You can kind of see some labels on everything, and I got a good number. And right now I would value it about $1.6 million.
How many pairs?
There is 1,700 pairs in this room right now.
What's the rarest pair in the collection besides the Jordan stuff?
So I have a Motorsport 3 that's a Jordan Low that was made in the kitchen. That, to my knowledge, it is one of one. It is only made for a certain person. It's a 13. So I don't know how it slipped into my hands, but it's
Right, I love that. Have you wore most of the 1,700? Like put your foot in them?
I would say 3/4 of it. So yeah, I've wore 75.
You put your foot in 3/4 of the shoe, or it's just like Trinidad where he's doing the half?
Nah, man. So about 75%. Yeah.
Okay.
Are you ever like, I can't wear all these shoes? Like, you just keep on getting so many that it just kind of becomes like taxing to own that many sneakers.
I slowed down. That's the thing. So I don't mess with all the stores that I used to, and I don't, do big shout outs and giveaways for all these stores. If you see a shoe given away, it's me being kind and just giving a shoe away that I have doubles, triples, whatever it is, or just I don't want it no more, So
Has the game got a little boring to you? Let me ask you that.
it's tasteless. That's the best way to say it. Yeah, it's tasteless.
That's the best way to say it. I like that.
I still love the game, but
Right.
I don't think the game loves me anymore.
Yeah,
Why
so
do you-
the game has a different feel. I understand. If you've been collecting for a long time, especially at the level that you've collected at, it feels like,
But why do you say the game doesn't love you anymore?
Certain things that I've done, with certain brands that I don't even have like a plaque or something that I can actually, say, look what I did, because I know I've done a lot for certain brands that I guess should have gave me a trophy, but I didn't get no trophies. And I brought them a lot of good people.
it's weird when it comes to getting homage paid to sneakerheads. Like, you get it in a way of like, it's always got to be if you know. But it's like the brands never like do the right justice to the guys who really put in time for this.
And what's sad is like I had to pedal it myself to prove that there was worth to it. It's almost like I had to do everything, and then once they saw it caught wave, they were like, oh well, now let's do this. Me designing things got kind of taken out of the mix, and they were doing it themselves and just slapping my name on it, and that's not what I was about.
Are you talking about Stance?
No, sir. And nobody in particular.
I want to know who we're talking about here.
Yeah,
we're
who are we
taking a lot of
talking
shots.
about?
No. I won't mention names. There's no bad beef. I'm jaded. It's like I feel like I was worth more than what I got.
Was it lucrative at all, like being a sneaker influencer, with over 600,000 Instagram followers? Like, could you have made a lifestyle just off of the sneaker money?
I mean, not really. I mean, it was less than, I'm not trying to sound boisterous, but it was less than 80 grand a year. And for what I was having to do, I don't feel like that was justified.
That's what I never understood, Kenny, because I feel like you were doing all the brand, and you may not name them, but I know you had the Crep deal, Crep Protect, and Stance. But like that can't have made enough money to really make a difference in your life, because you have pretty well off, right?
Well, yeah, and I guess it's not really monetary wasn't my thing.
No type of respect.
No, and that's what it's about to me.
Moving forward, Kenny, let me ask you this. I would ask you, what was the first fake shoe that you bought by accident, or like somebody got you with? If it's happened more than one time, what is the time that it was like it really got you? Like, damn, like.
I saw you wince. His face was like, the memory instantly like came back to his head.
No, it hurt. So again, no names mentioned. I'm not here to dog nobody.
Wait a minute, don't you own a kennel? You're not here to dog people?
No. Please, I show dog. So I'm not trying to do all that. But no,
you show dogs and you are a shoe dog.
I am. I'll take that.
So the question is, either what is the first shoe that you purchased that ended up being a fake? And if it's more than one shoe, what is the one that really, because I know that you're a guy that is like, you're not trying to ever swindle anybody. So when somebody swindles you, I know that it affects you on a different level.
At the time, it was a good friend too. And I mean, we're still friends at this point, but and he did give me my money back. And again, he's reputable. So, it was it shouldn't have happened. But in the same aspect, it was a Quai 54. It was the black joint with the green accents, Friends and Family, and also the white joint. 3 pairs. My cousin got one, I got one, my brother got one. All of them were free. And I'm wearing one. You know, I'm all in LA walking around.
How much money are we out on that transaction?
$3,000 a piece.
A
man.
pop.
Yeah. So in all, it ended up being like 10 grand or 10.5 is what I think it ended up being. I was embarrassed, man. I walked into Flight Club, I see all the homies, and they're like, you know, they all stopped, and I'm like, oh no, check it.
Record scratch.
You know, it is what it is.
It seems like you have every single rare sneaker. Like, where are you buying this stuff now? Now that you're into all the Oregon Jordans and one-off Justin Timberlake Jordans, where do you procure this stuff?
Doing what I've done with the whole thing, and that's probably not something you guys want to hear on this platform, but whatever.
We'll bleep it out.
What I did with that brand, I think kind of fast forward a lot of people to understand that I was looking for that stuff. I don't really have to do much anymore, guys. It's
people come to you.
That is correct.
Do you feel like they come to you and maybe overcharge you? Like they know that you're kind of willing to pay anything for these sneakers?
At times, yes. You know, and that's just the nature of the beast and me wanting certain things and not being patient for things. But again, and then there's times where because I know who I know, it makes it a little cheaper.
Do you get offended when someone like hits you over the head with a crazy price?
Yes, I do. This happened just recently. I was inquiring about a sneaker, and I wrote the price that I was willing to pay, and it was like maybe $900 less than what was being asked. And I got this real snippy response. The price posted is the price. And I was like, oh, my fault. You know, I didn't know there was rules to the game like that now. I was just making
We're not naming names?
No names. No.
Can we ask what shoe it was?
It was an Air Force One. I don't drag nobody through the mud, man. It ain't about that no more.
No more.
We don't want to wake up the beast. No sneaker brand has ever asked you officially for a collab, or have they?
I did one, that Ilate brand from over in Italy.
Oh, see, Fran did some of them too, I think.
Yeah.
It was before Franelation shoe, and I got to see basically what he became his shoe. The upper was my shoe, and I helped design part of that to put on his upper. Now,
do you feel like they did you dirty?
Nah, you know.
Was there a trophy?
No trophies. So they wanted me to pay for the whole project. And
what?
Yeah.
They wanted you to pay for a collab?
Yeah.
The audacity.
They saw me as Boo Boo the Foo, and I'm not
Right.
Boo Boo the Foo. So.
In a perfect world, what is the ultimate Kenny G perfect pair collaboration? What brand, what shoe, what colorway?
And I'm a Jordan guy. I love my Jordans. With Dom, I created, and that's a shoe surgeon for a lot of people that don't know. We created a What the 3, and I used sample sneakers that have released, but this sneaker, I'm telling you, if I was to show the world, they'd be like, oh, it has to happen.
A What the 3 with stuff that you never. Okay, I got you.
I know you're big into the Jordans, and you mentioned like 99 getting those Jordans. What do you say to people who say that you kind of bought your way into this, or that you haven't really been collecting that long? Because I feel like a lot of times when they see your collection and they see that you have every single thing, they say like, where was this guy in 2005, or where was he in 2010?
You know, and that's a very fair question. In early 2000s, I was in Oklahoma City. We didn't talk about sneakers. We didn't do none of that. We just had shoes. You know, the big deal after Michael stopped playing, for me, that's when I went downhill and started doing the runner thing and did docks and stuff like that. So that's the route I went for quite a while. And then I, wanted to be a player and started going to the clubs, and I wanted to wear Brioni suits and Canales and just certain things that maybe back then.
You are a casino owner. I can't be mad that you want to put on some nice clothes. You know what I'm saying?
I wanted to
too much food and beverage.
Yeah, I wanted to look good.
Too much Sam Rothstein.
Exactly. 2009 is when Lewis started kind of edging me, hey, look, this is what they're doing. This is what's happening. And then I was like, okay. And I started paying attention again. And
so you kind of took a break in the mid 2000s, and then like
I did.
You got back into it and then really started collecting?
Heavy. Yeah, heavy.
Do you ever get worried where, you're getting a lot of these very rare sneakers and we've heard in the past there's been, lawsuits and, federal investigations of Nike where like these sneakers have, come out of like the corporations and they've fallen into the hands of collectors who, even though they purchased them from a middleman or whatever, like legally they're not supposed to have these shoes. Is that like a worry that you have when you're trying to procure like the rarest shoes on the planet, that like, is this coming from a legit source, or like the Fed's gonna show up and seize my shoes? Is that like...
Well, I hope not. And if they're watching, I'm just a sneaker guy. I'm not, I'm not making no money from this. It's not no money.
Defund the police.
Fans watch.
In the beginning of getting these shoes, it was a worry. Like, oh, should we not? And I think that was kind of the part of why I wanted them. You got guys that import beers from across the pond that aren't supposed to be in the United States, and they're drinking them every day.
Right,
Learned. I think I've learned what not to do, and being the guy that's first. You don't want to be that guy.
Kenny, listen, every single week here on the show, we punish someone in the worst take section for something terrible they did or said last week, as voted by the YouTube commenters. We make them switch out their shoes for something awful. It is me this week, apparently, because I said balls on deck, and people aren't happy about that.
Yeah, I brought all my basketballs out for you, Nick.
Balls on deck.
Oh!
Listen, if I say something like that, don't let your ingrained homophobia trigger you and type something out in the YouTube comments. I'm allowed to say, don't be so afraid of the idea of a man mentioning another man's genitalia, maybe accidentally as a pun. Balls on deck? Come on. But I'll take the shoes off.
Guys, stay away from the homophobia, man.
They sent me these worst takes.
It's 2020. There's no time for homophobia.
Come on, man. Please. It's very, very, very tiresome. Please stop.
These are the off-grade, the fake off-white shits, I guess. I'm putting these on. Tell us in the comments who got the worst take this week, please.
Oh, man.
Those are rough.
The box is falling apart. The box is crumbling.
Box.
Leave it on the box.
Hey, go with the hair vibe, though. He's good now. He's good.
Jesus. Anyways, Kenny, we also do a segment on the show called Drip, Flip, or Skip. Drip being, it look good, baby. Flip, we resell it. And then Skip, we don't rock with it at all. Our first shoe in Drip, Flip, or Skip is going to be the Nike Skyforce 3/4. And it's actually mismatched like that, if I'm not mistaken. Welty, or am I tripping?
Yeah, it's got the shoes on the inside. It's blue. On the outside, it's red, and it's like a python skin.
You might have to put on some 3D glasses to see the vibe on this one.
So I will start with you, Kenny. Drip, flip, or skip, my brother?
That's a skip for Kenny G.
I think these are really dope. It's kind of like a connoisseur sort of shoe. You hear people like Jadakiss talking about, shoes like Delta Force that they used to fuck with back in the day. I think that just the swoosh on it, I'm not a big mismatched sneaker fan, but on one side of the shoe or the other side's dope. I like it. It's drip.
I actually think these are okay, underrated summer sneaker, but there's a blazer coming out that's quite similar, and I'll take the blazer instead. So I don't know, maybe switch instead of skip. You know what I mean? Can I do that?
No. Flip or skip?
Skip.
All right. I love what Welty says because this does give me that 84 somewhere to 92, put on a jogging that's a dope boy shoe. You know what I'm saying?
That's like a paid in full sneaker.
Yeah, exactly. So I really respect it for that. It's just that when you've seen so many shoes and there's so many other options, I will skip it.
Damn.
Moving forward, we have the Nike ACG, and hopefully I say this right, this shoots.
Yes, you got it.
It's from the Be True pack. They dropped a lot of different other shoes from that pack, but we chose this one because Brendan loves it.
Funny story about the Deschutes sandals. I've actually been looking on eBay for a dead stock old pair of these for a while now, so I am super duper with this. Also, it's part of the Pride Pack, the Be True collection, so it supports LGBTQIA plus communities. Yeah, I'm in. You could say I'm really with Deschutes on this one.
There's the worst take right there.
Welty, drip, flip, or skip, my brother?
I actually think that these are drip. I think, seeing a little something different is nice. I think Our boy alumnus Frank Cook was wearing a pair of Deschutes sandals, and he sold me on them. Sometimes the Be True stuff, just the colors are a little too loud for me, but this is a little more reserved, and I think it's a drip.
Full drip. So this takes me back to my junior high school days when we used to wear these during junior high. And also, I'm a big avid boater, so that's another thing where this kind of hits that vibe where it's kind of okay to wear it.
Are you doing socks with the sandals or no? Like, what's the plan?
On the boat, socks. On the Sea-Doo, no socks. We're gonna rock those no socks.
We're hitting the jet ski?
Oh yeah, those are great.
Are you like
Those are
Fat
great.
Joe style on like the speedboat, just like throwing money out the back? Is that the Kenny G vibe?
That's how much the amount of gas, the amount of money it costs. That's what it feels like. So, but no, we're not throwing money on the lake going down.
I'd still like to come.
Anytime, you're more than welcome.
It's interesting. I've always kind of like strayed away from the sandal look, but I will say that I respect everybody who rocks sandals or whatever. I'm finding my vibe. I'm still looking for the vibe, guys.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still
It's somewhere.
It'll come about. I got some Celine sandals or whatever, you know.
Okay.
I got some Celine sandals or whatever. I wore them on a boat the other day.
You were on Kenny's boat? You guys were on the boat together, and where the fuck was I?
It was a different boat, man. There's boats in a few different places in America. Calm down. This is a flip because I'm not going to skip this. I'm not going to skip it. I just got to find the vibe on it. So this is a flip.
Okay.
Moving forward in shoes, we have Kenzo times Vans. Welty just knew that I was going to love this because I'm wild ass Trinidad James. I'll start off from the top and say it's
a high fashion collaboration.
It's a goddamn skip, Welty.
This is the biggest surprise I've ever seen. It's a high fashion collaboration. You fuck with like crazy Vans that you've worn in the past. And these are like the brightest sneakers I've ever seen. So in the back of my head, I'm like, if there's one shoe coming out that Trinidad's gonna fuck with, it's this one, and I'm wrong.
Hey, Welty, you got to stop stereotyping me, bro.
That's why you need more people in the boardroom, bro, like you say, to make the decisions.
Exactly. You see what I'm saying? When you get all right. Kenny, drip, flip, or skip, my brother.
Is there a trash button?
Woo! Woo!
Ouch.
Woo! Yeah. Come on. All right.
You know what? This is a go outside type of shoe, and I'm not doing much of that these days. If we could actually enjoy the summer, this may be a drip, but I'm skipping it for now.
Imagine how they would go with your pink polo right now, though. The fit you would get off.
Woo.
I could get it off too. You know what I'm saying?
On the boat?
Hey.
Hey.
I'm not a Vans guy, so it's a skip.
We also do outfits, Kenny. And I don't think that any outfit makes any other sense to do than perfect pair outfits. And outfit number one is a motherfucking
Hey, banger.
Give three unmarried men like ourselves, give us 15 seconds of how it feels to have on those shoes getting married to your dream girl.
So real quick, I got married in Louis Vuitton dress shoes, and then I switched up to the OVOs for this year. And I did have them before, and married my best friend, man. I mean, come on.
I mean, I have to ask this question because why not? Drip, flip, or skip?
Drip, drippy.
Drippy, drippy, drippy.
Totally support all of this from one man to another. You know, total like respect on that. Did you have the shoes before Drake? You're saying, but you had them before everyone. Did you have OVOs before Drake?
Maybe.
Trophies.
I don't know. So
They don't give awards for that.
I had these shoes a year before they came out.
Just the story and everything. It's an automatic drip.
Listen, Kenny, I was going to skip you here because I'm not on board with the getting married in sneakers thing. I feel like if you have a suit on, you should have some dress shoes on. But you mentioned you had the Louis Vuitton, so I'm with you. Drip.
Hey,
it's a drip all the way across the board, man. Outfit number two. Bang, there it is. Where are we? What are we doing? What's going on today? What's this?
What are you looking at?
that's a damn good
You want
question.
to buy something? What you doing right now?
He's looking for the vibe.
Just trying to take that artsy photo. You know, I'm in Oklahoma City. You know, I got the homegrowns on, thinking, you know, I'm in my home state with the homegrowns on. I need a photo. This is total skip, man.
Total skip when you look back at it?
I'm gonna call it a flip because I'm reselling the homegrowns, and I know what you mean. Looking back, like I feel like this is the jogger pants era. Kenny, what did you do with all the jogger pants? I feel like everybody who invested in jogger pants 5 years ago, that stock is not worth what it once was.
The good thing with all of my jogger pants, I was sponsored. So I didn't pay.
As long as you didn't, okay.
What kind of investment is jogger pants? You're like, oh, a big $40 investment. What am I gonna do with that?
Some people bought a lot of jogger pants.
How many jogger pants did you own?
I only ever owned one pair. I'm saying some people. Like Kenny's, no names.
Oh, no names.
I love the shoes. Like, I think one of the best Air Maxes all time. The tough part about flipping those is how many people are going to want to buy a shoe that, like, is going to crumble because they're at that age of Air Maxes where they don't really survive anymore.
You're getting very technical.
I'd say skip.
It's a skip. You know, I hold Kenny to a higher taste.
The cool thing is, everything I have on was for free except for the sneakers.
I see the vibe. Last but not least, in outfits. Ooh. Where are these legends at right now?
Sneaker Summit Houston. I was brought in by Crep Protect. Those are my sneakers behind there, obviously, always something rare. You know, me and Bun, he had to flex on me with the same sneakers that I had on that day, and I wanted to take a photo with him. So that's a drip. I'm sorry. That's full drip. I just wish I'd have tucked the fronts of the Jordan 1s in at the tongue.
Got a little tongue
fucking them.
Yeah.
The caption on this one is Legends of the Summit, just so we're clear. You know what? I'm going to call it a skip because I hate when you show up with something rare or something hard to find and the other person has the same shoe on as you. So I'm skipping not for the selection, but for like when you show, it's the Spider-Man meme.
In my defense, he didn't have them on when he walked in. He had them on his table. And then when he saw me with them on, he had to come.
Okay.
Hey, Bun, let me find out that perfect pair is your stylist. All right, I'm on you, Bun. You know I'm playing with you, OG.
Full circle moment here. Bun B is actually the first person I ever asked if they had resold sneakers. With that said, Kenny, have you ever resold sneakers?
You damn right I have. Hell yes. I just got rid of 500 pairs of shoes over the quarantine.
How much?
60 stacks.
He's breaking it down in his head. He got 500 pairs back there, ain't worth $2. He pissed.
We got some stuff back here.
I'll be honest with you, it probably turned into 150 on the other side, but I didn't care.
God bless that buyer.
I just wanted them gone.
Understand it.
All right.
Oh, this is a drip for me. I'm a simple man. I see OGs holding it down together. Sign me up. Drip, drip, drip.
Guys, before we get out of here, we want to breeze through the comment section and see what people have been saying about us on YouTube for the past couple months, which is always a good time. We have a couple here. One from Daz saying, "It's 2020. What's with the cord headphones? LOL. Love the show." What a timely comment. Someone making fun of Welty, who started this episode off with AirPods, but is now wearing headphones with cords on them. We're gonna get him. We're gonna get him with the program. Don't worry. We have one from Brendan Connolly, no relation, saying, "I swear every time I look at Brendan's sneaker wall, a new shoe makes its way out from the cracks. I'm still worried this thing's gonna fall over, but we're safe for now." We have one more from Joshua Kunkel saying, "I just wanted to say thank you guys so much for the show and making me laugh. I'm an activist and ally to Black Lives Matter, and it's been tough this past week. Though you guys made my shift at work today before this protest, right after work, way more bearable. From the bottom of my heart and soul, thank you." Thank you for watching, Josh. Black Lives Matter. We still need to arrest the people who killed Breonna Taylor. We are back. We are still inside, so we're not going anywhere. This is your premiere. I am your co-host, Brendan Dunne.
I'm Matt Welty.
Trinidad James.
Kenny G, perfect pair.
Keep protesting, guys, and Black lives always matter. Change the narrative, baby. You already know.
She want every color, that's a full size. Buy a 6 for my kids, bought a 7 for my chick.
You watched the video. Thank you for that. We appreciate it. But now, we need something else from you.
We need you to like and comment on all the videos, please.
Guys, we're at over 300,000 subscribers. We need to get to 500,000. Get us there. Don't waste time. Don't waste our time. Don't waste your time. We're in this together. Get us to 500,000 subscribers. Press the button. Come on, guys.
Also, we need you to download the Soul Collector app, where you can find the best prices for sneakers across different marketplaces. We appreciate your cooperation.